What happens if you bring Garrus into the quarantine zone on Omega during Mordin's recruitment mission in Mass Effect 2? We'll be exploring some unique dialogue and interactions that happen in this scenario. Keep watching to see it all. What's up, everyone? Big Dan here. Before we begin, I have a bunch of different Mass Effect Trilogy guides and lore videos on my channel, so if you're interested in seeing more, hit that subscribe button. Without further ado, let's dive right in. At the beginning of Mass Effect 2, Shepard heads to Omega to begin recruiting squadmates to help stop the Collectors. One of the candidates, Mordin Solus, is currently working on a cure for a plague that has spread like wildfire throughout one of the residential districts on Omega. The plague is deadly and affects all alien races except for humans and vorcha. So what happens if you bring Garrus, who is susceptible to the plague, along for this mission? Doing this will unlock a couple of rare scenes, including some unique dialogue with Garrus and Mordin. When you reach the quarantine zone, Garrus will chime in with some joking remarks about the plague.
A quarantine zone for a plague that kills Turians. Why don't we ever go anywhere nice?
It's safer to stick with a squad who's immune to the plague.
It's your call, Shepard. If you need me, I'm not going to let a cough keep me back.
This mission's important. I need you to come along, even if it's dangerous.
It's your call, Shepard. If you need me, I'm not going to let a cough keep me back.
Later in the mission, Garrus will develop a bit of a cough.
Is it hot in here, or is it just... Oh, that's not good.
When you reach Mordin's clinic, he will just straight up vaccinate Garrus the moment you walk through the door.
Professor Mordin Solus?
Turian physiology, resilient with simple immunobooster. Should be fine now.
So thankfully our favorite Turian isn't sick anymore. Thanks, Mordin. I wager most people will miss this on a first playthrough, since Edie and Miranda strongly suggest that you complete Mordin's mission first before recruiting any other squadmates.
I'd strongly recommend starting by acquiring Mordin Solus, the Solarian professor on Omega. We know the Collectors use some type of advanced technology to immobilize their victims. We'll need him to develop a countermeasure to protect us.
And without that countermeasure, we'll be helpless if we ever run into the Collectors.
Acquiring Professor Solus seems like the most logical place to start.
And you won't know yet that Archangel is Garrus, so you may be less inclined to rush off and recruit an unknown mercenary.
That's goddamn suicide.
Now you might be asking, how do other alien squadmates react to the Omega Plague? As far as I know, Mordin must be recruited before Horizon, leaving Grunt as the only other non-human squad member you can bring along for this mission in the vanilla version of Mass Effect 2. And Grunt has some unique dialogue as well.
A plague zone? Great.
It's safer to stick with a squad who's immune to the plague.
I'm not afraid of a disease. I don't get sick.
This mission's important. I need you to come along, even if it's dangerous.
I don't get sick. I don't get sick!
Let's find Mordin. Hopefully he's found a treatment. Professor Mordin Solus?
Broken cure, supplemented with neural blocker to avoid blood rage reaction. Excellent. We'll be fine.
One other thing to note, you can unlock characters like Tali, Thane, and Samara early enough to complete this mission with them in your squad if you use mods or a save editor like Jibbed. This will allow you to access unique dialogue with all of these squadmates as well. A YouTuber named JJock33 has a compilation of all alien reactions to the plague, which I'll link in the description if you want to hear those comments. Here's a fun fact about Mass Effect 2. The game was originally planned to allow the player to recruit any potential squadmate at the beginning of the game, but BioWare couldn't fit the entire game on a single disc for the Xbox 360, so they decided to split Tali, Thane, and Samara's missions into a second act on a separate disc. This is why you can't recruit these characters until after you complete the Horizon mission. For the sake of consistency, BioWare applied the same version for the PC release as well, even though PC doesn't have the same technical restrictions. However, The developers had already created unique dialogue and cutscenes for all characters for each mission in Mass Effect 2, but because of the way the game was structured for the Xbox 360, these interactions are basically buried in the game now. I am curious to see if they will update this for Legendary Edition and allow you to recruit any squadmate at the beginning of Mass Effect 2. Since most games are digital download these days anyway, it's not like there are any technical barriers to keep the game split up in this way anymore. I doubt they'll change it since it's already been this way for over a decade, but hey, it's a thought anyway. So there you have it. What happens if you bring Garrus to the quarantine zone on Omega in Mass Effect 2? If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to Big Dan Gaming for more Mass Effect and RPG videos. Until next time, this has been Big Dan. I should go.
You think you can fix this? Why not? Quarantine is more to keep infected people in anyway. I'll radio ahead, tell them you're coming in.
Wait, you're stopping me, but not them? You son of a bitch.
You don't have a grenade launcher, lady. Get lost.